He's not greed. He has no pride. He has walked out of his house and handed over his house to this gentleman. And yet at that level of giving, I'm still stingy. Why? Because I've not given you the source of the house, the source of the car. What people are distributing and giving is not what has made them who they are. That part that defines them. We invited a very great businessman to Chinoi. He came and he spoke to most of you young people. And then during his presentation, he said, I'm going to give you more than 250,000 US dollars as the first batch. That was just the first batch. He said, identify people for me that I can finance so that they can start some businesses and so on. And he handed over that project to me, and I said to him, that's the mistake. Until today, I haven't identified a single person. And they've been making a follow-up. The money is ready. Where do we put it? I said, put where? I said, put where? It was when they had now actually become too aggressive, wanting to know why. I said, we have taught our people already. I was just represent. I know some of you might have wanted it, but I was just trying to represent. We have taught our people to understand that even at that level of giving, humans by fallen nature, if they are fallen, they are selfish. Humans are selfish. Even if I pray for you so that you recover, there is an element of selfishness in that, unless I'm redeemed from the fallen state. Even people that you think are selfless, people that you think are not selfish because they give what they have, still there's an aspect of selfishness in giving. Even if I give you my food, I give you my house, there could be an element of selfishness in that. I'm not only giving you so that you feel good, but it also makes me feel good. You can be addicted to giving to a point where people think that you are not selfish, and yet you are doing it for selfishness reasons. Because it also creates a feeling, it also makes you feel superior to the one that you are helping. It makes you feel like you are a god. And people can actually rejoice if I give you a car. People can be happy if I give you my house. That, oh, such a prophet is so caring. He's not greed. He has no pride. He has walked out of his house and handed over his house to this gentleman. And yet at that level of giving, I'm still stingy. Why? Because I've not given you the source of the house, the source of the car. What people are distributing and giving is not what has made them who they are. That part that defines them. The very essence, what made me to build 2 houses and I have another one to give. That part, those houses emanated from a certain texture of my spirituality. And I can give you all these other products, but I'm not willing to give you the source of my wealth. People are not ready to give their source of wealth. That's the mistake that most people make. You meet a blessed man and you get money from him. Big mistake. Because when you were praying, you were asking God for a car. So God moves around, identifies a person with a car. And the person with a car is brought to you and he offers you, he gives you a car. Because that's exactly what you asked for. Because your will is not in line with the will of God. If you were to go by the will of God, you should have asked for what produces vehicles. What is the force? What makes a man who has 2 hands, 1 head like myself? These people that are doing amazing, they don't have 5 heads. They don't have 7 horns like the beast from the sea. No, they are just like you. But what makes them different? What puts them in a position where they can always help other people? There is something within them that they are not willing to give to anybody. That aspect is what defines who I am. And I can give you everything around me, but I will not give to you what defines me. Anyone who has given you anything, that was just a final product. What made them to be in that position where they can now help you is what defines them. And you will never get that part until you have a superior revelation and you know what to ask for, not a car. What is it that makes cars gravitate? What makes houses gravitate? How come houses themselves, they are not aware that
Already has a house. They keep
what causes that?
Gathering on one person.
And if you meet a gentleman with many properties, that person a certain quality.
He has a certain quality that you don't have.
The worst that person can do is to give you a house and not give you access to the source.
If he's only giving you a house, then he's
He has
deceiving you.
stopped you from going after that which brings houses into being. He has stopped you. Your search is over. Once you are motor,
Once you've been given a car, once you've been given a house. That's it. You're already going home on that day, God is not getting
anything.
any noise from you. You're not asking for anything.
Sit down. Sit down. You see, the problem now is when you have one car and you got the car without having its source, it means that car is considered stolen. There is spiritual Interpol. It's that car gets flagged. It has left its owner. Because for that car to have its continual life, it must remain connected to its source. Just like fish has to remain connected to water. A tree has to remain connected to the soil. Human spirits, we have to be connected to God for our sustenance. So the moment we take a car from a person who has the right, who has the spirit for it, who has an anointing for it, that car, that house has become a prodigal house. It has gone astray. It has left its source. And the car itself knows. The day I bring you to my house and I hand over a car to you and I say choose, and you choose, that car that you drive, it's not just the sound of the engine. It's crying as you drive it away. Every kilometer is a distance away from its source. This is what causes now most of those things, they won't live for long.
This is what causes that the moment I give you that house, that I say today this house is now yours.
From mapete antanga kuziva kuti imba yakachinja zita.
From the cockroaches, they start to know. From the rats, they start to know that there's been a change of ownership.
Everything, nature will know that there's change of ownership here. It stops living. Why? Because it has departed from that which has made it. So people are good at giving everything else except what defines them. The best I can give you if you get closer to me, because when you come close to me, the problem is that you get to see all this. And if I give you whatever is around me, I've given you what I've already produced. You don't have the capacity to reproduce that. Ona murikuonera mwana kuti iwewo wapiwa motikari
So you've
ikaita
been given a
accident.
car and you have an accident.
Hapasina mufaro
And now there's no more joy
pambapa.
in that house.
Ukafonerwa nemudzimai wako kuti
If your wife is to call you
ndaita accident,
and say that she's had an accident,
unotanga kubvunza kuti
you start to question,
mota iri sei?
how is the car?
Ukazwa murume wako akuti usatumire yako.
When you hear the husband
Ana basa
asking you
ne-
for
amutaura
pictures,
kuti,
he's not asking for your picture, he's asking
Motikari.
how is the car?
Ndo nhamo iyoyo.
That's the problem.
Imba mufaro unotiza.
Joy will flee from a house.
But kufunga kuti kune mumwe akadecide kuti motikari iyi nda kuipa.
But to imagine
Not
that there's someone
accident.
else who decided that they want to give this car, not an
And
accident,
he was happy to lose a vehicle nekungopa.
by just giving it away.
Imimi musha unoparara mufaro unotiza.
And yet with you, your whole household crumbles.
Nekuti imba
Joy
mota
leaves
yedu yakweshera.
because there's been an accident on the car.
Chiri kudya mufaro inyaya yekuti imba mota it doesn't belong there.
What's taking away your joy is the fact that this car doesn't belong there.
You are deriving your value from what you possess. Scripture says man's life does not consist in the things that he possesses. Things you possess must consist from you.
Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth.
It's not in the abundance. But the abundance relies on the man. Abundance is coming for its own sustenance. Physical and material things are coming to the man for their own personal sustenance. You meet 100,000 spiritual people. They will not give you that. That very thing that makes them who they are, they will not give you, because you are not even asking God for that. If you meet a spiritual person and you're asking for physical things, sometimes if I don't give you physical things, I'm trying to let you see that you are not in need of that. You are not in need of that. Yeah. You are not in need of that. We invited a very great businessman to Chinoy. He came and he spoke to most of you young people. And then during his presentation, he said, I'm going to give you more than 250,000 US dollars as the first batch. That was just the first batch. He said, identify people for me that I can finance so that they can start some businesses and so on. And he handed over that project to me, and I said to him, that's the mistake. Until today, I haven't identified a single person. And they've been making a follow-up. The money is ready. Where do we put it? I said, put where? I said, put where? It was when they had now actually become too aggressive, wanting to know why. I said, we have taught our people already. I was just represent. I know some of you might have wanted it, but I was just trying to represent. We have taught our people. I said, you should have asked. We should have asked you, how much should we pay you so that you come and you reveal yourself to us? That's the only way few of us can tap into what you carry. Not for you. You sacrifice your time. You risk your life. You drive all the way into the forest. Somebody might have shot you, might have killed you. You risked to come and talk to young people, and you have given them hope, and you have to give them material money on top of that. I will not deprive my people. If they are foolish, they can do it elsewhere, not when I'm there. Because I know some of you are very foolish. Sometimes I cry, I groan in the spirit with Mary.
Spiritual children.
Too physical, too carnal. I told him that you cannot bring a curse over these young people. They will be cursed. It's a blessing, yes, you're doing it out of a good heart, but I will not allow that to happen to them. The best that can, I wanted them to be in touch, get close to you, see you, and hear you. That spiritual transaction is more expensive. That's more value. But some of you, you meet a rich person and he spends 2 hours talking to you about his life. You are waiting for $1. How about 2 hours of information? What is wrong with you? A man is not even invited. It's him coming. Ashaji.
What is he looking for?
Ashaji.
What does he lack? You think he wants money? He's not a pastor who's just coming from some other church. No. When he comes and he speaks to you.
But
You can hate me, but I already rejected that money. If you want it, find a way of getting it.
Thank you so much, Baba. It's indeed, that is true. The money has not been received.
Yeah.
It was not received.
I know what money does. It creates beggars.
That figure you want to give to us, it was supposed to be us giving it to you. You meet Abraham, God says, whoever blesses you, I will bless. So how do you bless Abraham? How do you bless Abraham? Because you will find him already blessed. He doesn't look desperate. He doesn't seem like he needs anything. That's why some of you can meet him and marry.
Someone who's wealthy, what you want is to be given his money.
You identify a blessed man, you look for a seed.
You are the one to give.
Ukaenda ku lunch ne munhu ane mari usamusiya
achibhadhara. To lunch with somebody who has
rombe dziwe.
Hey, you are the beggar.
What I'm delivering here is the perfect will of God. For your life. Perfect will of God. Man who has houses, many cars, the day that you say to him, talk to me about you. Your car is not the subject here. Your house is not the subject. You. Why is it that all these things, they find peace gathering around you? When they come to me, they scatter. What do you carry that I don't? Chirakada ku actor humble say usabvume kuze it's by grace inyasha chichichi lo mavarirwa munoitwa and you walk away.
This is how they deceive you. They think it's just about grace. No.
These people are keepers of certain principles. They won't tell you because that's the actual thing. No proper giving.
That's proper giving.
Awupiwe.
They won't tell you. They won't tell you.
My principles anositsa vanhu paunozona audzwe unogadzirirwa zvimwe
that really elevate people, they won't tell you that.
unobva watosumuka enda unoita ona.
Go ahead and try that, you see.
Hakuna waunoenda.
You're not going anywhere.
Every man with a big ministry today, you ask him, so how are you doing it? It's grace. God's grace. It's just God's grace. And you agree to that? And you walk away? No. What I want you to understand, say, is in God, there are levels of growth that you attain. You see, when the promise was given to us in the book of Isaiah of a child, they said, unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given. These are levels of maturity. Okay. Unto us a son is born. A child is born. The child was born unto us. But you must understand, when God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, not child. The child is born, but the child is not handed over. The child is not given. Children are not to be given. I cannot hand you over to the world being a child. You have to become a son before I give you out. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. A son must grow to a point where I now have gifts as a father that I give to the world. I can't give you as long as you are a child. Children are only born. But when you become a son, then you are ready to be given.